Let's just go through all of our skill gems real quick. So we have Blink with Ingenuity and Second Wind. Our Blink's literally just coming from our chest piece, so it's not using any spirit or anything. We have Malice with Herbalism. Malice is coming literally from our scepter. We could also be using a scepter that has the Purity of Fire aura, or a scepter with the Discipline aura for extra energy shield. There's another one that also has like a cold one, so you could actually use a scepter specifically just to cover your whatever deficiency you have in your resistances. We have Lightning Bolt, which is coming from the Choir of the Storm amulet. Lightning Bolt has Spell Echo, Concentrated Effect, Spell Cascade, and Lightning Mastery. Ice Nova with Pinpoint Critical, Ambush, Unleash, Astral Projection. Astral Projection literally lets us cast it anywhere rather than just directly around us. So Astral Projection and then Spell Echo. Then we have Cast on Freeze with Spark, Energy Retention, Impetus, Wild Shards, and then another Spark. Then we have Hypothermia with Heightened Curse and Expanse. Then we have Mana Remnants with Clarity and Cannibalism. Then we have Cast on Crit with Comet, Spell Cascade, Impetus, Energy Retention, and Frost Bomb. We're able to use 2 copies of the same support gem because of this helmet. You could use a gemling and achieve the same effect without having to use the helmet. You could also make a blood mage and have a much easier time getting a 100% crit chance. Okay, as far as the passive tree, this is what we got. We got Force of Will, Constant Arcane Surge. It feels like it's making the lightning bolts from Choir of the Storm come down faster, but maybe that's just placebo. At the very least, the Ice Nova casts are definitely faster because of the Arcane Surge. We don't have our last 2 Ascendancy points. I'd probably get Spell Crit Chance and maybe Elemental Storm. It's kind of underwhelming, but you know, it is what it is. We could also grab like Elemental Resistance. We could grab like Chill Duration, Chance to Shock. With your first 4 Ascendancy points or so, you're going to get the most important stuff for most of these builds, it seems like. Some of them you're going to need all 4, but a lot of them you only need 2. Some of them you need 3 of your Ascendancies. As far as the actual passive tree, this is what we got. It always seems like it's best to get to the very edge and then travel around, because you're going to actually save nodes rather than like coming here and then going out and then going out again. You know, there may be some use cases where the way that you path may be a little bit different or something, but usually it seems like rushing straight to the very edge and then going around if you're trying to travel far is the best way to go. So this is really what we have. We have 1 time lost jewel. The rest of our passive stuff is pretty regular. Our jewels are pretty mediocre. You know, they really took a lot of jewel slots out of the passive tree this season, which I think is fine. I guess that does definitely increase the value of Tabula Rasa. So as far as the gear goes, here's the wand we have. We could have a +5 to cold spells, but this is what we have right now. The corruption on it also is kind of mediocre. As far as the rings, no quality on either of the rings. Really love these gloves though. This is a really cool unique from this season, as well as the chest piece, which gives blink. Here's the belt that we have. Unfortunately, we only have 1 charm slot, which is fine. I'm just using a gold charm. These are the boots. You know, we could get 35 move speed. Could have like some chaos res on there. We're lacking a little bit in cold res, which, you know, we could get better rings, better boots. We could get a lot of better stuff, really. Here's our scepter for our offhand. Choir of the Storm with just a random cheap anointment on it. That's just what we're using right now. And then the helmet, traded like 5 exalts for it. I think it's really cool, allowing you to use 2 different support gems and 2 different skills. It's really cool for like cast on type of abilities. Cast on crit, cast on shock, cast on freeze. You know, it turns any character kind of into a gemling essentially. You know, it does pump up the attribute requirements, so it is kind of heavy on that end. But at the same time, you know, it's cool for theory crafting. Let me know what you think about it. It is undervalued, but it is a really niche item, really niche use case. So anyways, we're going to get on to some gameplay. Hopefully you all enjoy, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you're not already.
Feel the chill. Not yet. Victory is mine.